Alright, what up, guys? I'm here with the gang. Look at this guy, struggling. I'm gonna be doing that studio tour today, but we're gonna go get some food real quick before we cook up. My guy is starving back there. Look at him. That's his hungry face. Yo, so I realized I probably didn't introduce these guys properly. So, Joelfi, go ahead. Introduce yourself to the people, bro. Joel. Sorry. Introduce yourself to the world.
My name is Juanchi.
Juanchi, alright. Yo, Penko. Turn around real quick, please, bro. Tell them where we at real quick, bro.
You know where we at? We at the fucking food truck right here.
About to get them gains. Even though you didn't come to the gym today, right?
How many hot dogs are you getting? Huh? How many hot dogs are you getting?
How many glizzies?
Glizzy gobble.
You don't want to order them.
Yeah.
I don't speak Spanish. What are you talking about?
But yeah, gang. Studio tour as soon as we get back. So this is what we got. Anybody that's Dominican, you already know what's going on. So guys, I'm here at the studio. My studio's in the attic, so have to walk up a billion sets of stairs. But let's introduce you guys to yet another member right here. This is Sasuke, my dog. I'm about to let him go right now so he can roam and get my studio all hairy, but this is basically it right here. Might be a little mess right now, but I'm gonna get into detail right now. As soon as I turn on some lights and get it looking nice in here, I'm going to give you guys a tour. So yeah, man, here we go. Here are my guitars, my speakers, the Yamaha HS8s. I got a custom computer right there. It's my baby. We have the TubeTech CL1B, and we have a Furman, what is this? Surge protector. And we have that all connected into this Apollo Twin right here, where all the sound comes to and gets translated into digital. My speakers again, you know, we have this wall right here, this mural that was done by my cousin slash co-owner of Serenity Records as well. She did this mural, she painted it, and I got more on that once I start talking about the history of the studio and stuff. But yeah, back there is just a bunch of extra stuff, cases. This is my light right here that I could change to be different colors. Right now I have them white so that I can be well lit up in the middle. But here's a couch, 2 couches actually. Just ignore that TV. Here's my AC, some more lights. There's the Serenity boat right there. I mean, I want to get a custom one, but for those of you that don't know, our logo is a lightning bolt. That's what Serenity is. And then there's my mini fridge right there in the corner. And here's the booth. So in there we have a manly reference cardioid mic. And we have a Chaotica eyeball on top of that right now, so that my room is not perfectly acoustic, so I needed something to like basically help with that, and that's what the Chaotica eyeball does. So yeah, and then back there, that's a utilities room now, but again, more on the history of the studio as soon as I sit down. But here we go, pretty much. This is it. These are the staircase. This is the staircase right here. You know, nothing crazy going on over there. This is really where all the magic happens, right here in the, you know, in the chair. The chair in the middle. So yeah, this is where you'll see us cooking up, at least for the meantime. Who knows what'll happen soon. There I am. Alright, everybody. So, I'm back. My name is Nova. For those of you that don't know me, this is our second video, or my second video on the channel, and today is kind of just like a studio tour. So I'm here at the studio, and you know, I just showed you guys around, but right now I kind of wanted to talk to you guys a little bit more about how the studio came to be, and kind of give you more of a background on Serenity Record Studios. I'm not gonna give you guys like an entire huge background story. I'm not gonna give the whole full life story. I feel like for that, you know, would require a lot more time, but basically I was in college. I went to Lehigh University in Bethlehem, and I was in college for 4 years. I was there for computer science and engineering, and I would honestly say I had some really good experiences, and I was really good in school. I have been since even in high school. I Come on, buddy. No, no. I've always been like a straight A student. I had a 5.0 GPA in high school, and I was a pretty smart guy. I graduated third in my class. Um, but school just wasn't for me. Like I wasn't happy waking up every morning, and I was never excited. Like, yo, I cannot wait to go to class. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think anybody is. I mean, unless you pick a career that you love, which I should have done. I should have done music in school, which is something that I've thought about now. But basically, right, my senior year, I got a refund check from a scholarship that I had gotten, and they basically gave me $10,000 back, that I could choose to either accept or deny. But I was like, yo, give me that. So I took the $10,000 and I built this studio. And at first, that wall right there, that entire wall where that window was cut into there, it wasn't there. And this was just my room. Like, this attic was just my regular room. So I talked to my uncle who works construction, and we basically built this right here. It was $1,500 for the material, and then I paid him $1,000 to do it. And at first, right, like, that was the studio. So all of this equipment that I have out here, it was all in there. And that back room was the booth. That back room that I showed was the booth. Now that's just like a utility room, but back then it was the booth, and people, would come in here and record in that little back room. And then eventually, it was actually so hot one summer that I literally could not take it anymore, and I ended up just bringing all the stuff out here, because we were literally six deep in there, sweating and making music. So that was definitely not it. And we had the AC out here, so we just ended up moving all the stuff out here. And then we ended up cutting out that hole in the wall to make the window. So that's how that booth came to be. And with that $10,000 that I had gotten, I got myself a keyboard. I already had a computer that I was working with. I ended up getting speakers, and we've gone through a bunch of upgrades up to this point already. For example, we had the TLM 103 mic, which was a pretty decent mic. But at this point, we moved on to the Manly Reference Cardioid. But like I said, that TLM 103 is a very good starting microphone. And I feel like as long as you just know how to mix, that's the biggest thing. Which is another thing that I sucked at when I got this studio. I don't know why I had this thought in my head that I would get a new studio and that everything would just sound amazing. Because prior to that, I was in somebody's basement making music, and like we would go there to record. There was always like a boiler on, and it would just make that background noise like and it would always come out in the audio, and I just didn't know how to mix, and everything just always sounded worse than if I had just recorded it and not done anything to it. So but eventually I learned, and I got better at hearing what I like in music and bringing that out in other people's vocals and in my vocals as well. Since I make music, I was my biggest test subject. Like I would always try things out on my voice, and then work on other people's vocals, and apply what I learned with my vocals to other people's vocals. So we ended up like taking in clients. I'm an artist, but I kind of want to build like a record label, a real record label. Eventually, after recording everybody, we also wanted to learn how to do videos and how to edit music videos and that type of thing, and also how to like shoot fire pictures for cover arts and all that stuff. So I ended up getting the camera that I'm using right now, which is Sony A6400, and I also have a Sigma 18 to 35 millimeter lens. That's focal length. I think it's like it has a f 1.8 or something like that. So that's what I'm recording off of right now. And eventually, we got the tube tech and that type of stuff. But the biggest advice that I can give anybody in the world is to start now. Like whatever it is that you're doing, just start. Like even like for example, me coming on here and just hitting record, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna say, but I just hit start and I just go and talk. I'm way happier now not being in school, and although I was unstable for a while and I was broke and stuff, like always spending money on studio equipment, I am so much more happier that I chose to do that instead of dreading waking up every morning. I would much rather struggle and not have food and that type of stuff than to be set and comfortable in life. I feel like being in an unknown situation where anything can happen is better than for you to be in a situation where you just have everything, you think you have everything under control. Now, that's not to say that I don't want stability in my life, because I do want stability, and that goes into the whole serenity thing and finding that serenity and finding that peace and stuff. But more so than anything, I'm only choosing to do things that make me happy. Um, but yeah, man, that $10,000 was the initial, investment that I put into this. But at this point, I've invested way more than just those $10,000. It's always little improvements that we end up, bringing into the studio. For example, that whole mural, which I can move over right here and show it again. That whole mural, goddamn, I don't want to let this shit drop. But yeah, that whole mural was a lengthy process. We'll say that. My cousin took months drawing that in, and the clients that I would have here, they would always see a new addition to the wall and be like, "Yo, it's starting to look more cohesive." And I could say that even now, I don't think it's fully 100% there yet. As you see, like, I have a bunch of cables laying around. Eventually, I want to get better with the cable management and all that. But at least I started. I started somewhere, and like I said, this didn't look like this at all before. I feel like it looks a lot better cosmetically now, and I've added lights and all that type of stuff. But at first, it didn't look like this, and we were just literally sweating in that room back there. So my biggest advice to you is to just start somewhere and put your stuff out there. I used to, even with those very bad mixes that I had, I would still put them out because I felt like people should hear it, and people also like to see progression in your art. I feel like artists, like especially us, like rappers and stuff like that, we love to hear songs of, like, for example, Drake when he first started, and just hear the quality and be like, damn, like, that was good, but like his newer songs are way better, or whatever the case may be. You just see the progression. You see that they just started, and they followed their dreams, and eventually it started to flourish more and come out in reality. But yeah, man, I am gonna do another cook-up video to have ready to release probably right after this. So if I upload 2 in one day, I hope you guys understand that I'm just trying to push out content, and I'm just trying to show you guys a little bit more about myself and my team. And I hope you guys can find some type of inspiration through us and through this journey. This, in the same way that I've found inspiration through other people online, through other artists and other producers. I could say right now, man, shout out Truki Beats, shout out Prod by Ocean, because you guys, like, literally showed me a lot. Like, you guys showed me a lot, and I feel like obviously I had to go and do things myself, but to have somebody, freely show you things on the internet is something that's so valuable, because these people, or like, for example, me, I've gone through so many hours of learning things, and I'm basically just telling you everything. That's the same thing as like picking up a book and reading a book, is that somebody can go through their whole entire life journey and then write a book about everything that they learned, and it's like you're getting a life's worth of knowledge in one book. And I feel like that's what happens in tutorials too. Like, it's the little things that matter, the little nuances of making music that really matter. And as long as you are always out there looking for more information and out there looking for the next step, I feel like it's always presented onto you, as long as you're taking that initiative to take that first step. Every single thing that I've ever acquired for this studio, it didn't all just happen like that. It was always just like one step after another. And I feel like the universe just wants to see you take that leap of faith for it to catch you. You know what I mean? And for you to have faith that it's going to catch you. I didn't know exactly what would happen when I dropped out of school, but I knew that I would be happier at the end of the day, because I would be doing something that I actually wanted to do. And my parents didn't understand that. My family didn't understand that. I got so much crap from my parents for a while. But now, since they've seen my progression and seen my determination, I'm at the point now where they always ask me, how's the music stuff going? Whereas at first, it was always, when are you going back to school? Are you crazy? Like, why are you dropping out your senior year? Like, why would you do that to yourself? But now it's like, yo, how's the music going? We wait for that to pass. But yeah, they're always asking how's the music going, and it's a good feeling, to know that now I have my family on my side, and there's nobody really, wanting me to be something that I'm not, you know. But yeah, I hope you guys, like I said, found some type of inspiration in this video, and definitely gonna keep doing more of these. And if you guys have any questions or if need any type of advice for yourself, whether it's building a studio, what it takes, what type of equipment is good for a beginner, that type of stuff, I'm always down to answer questions. I'm definitely gonna introduce the other team members a little bit more in depth, and I want them to have a lot of content on this page as well. So you guys will be meeting them again. They're always hilarious, but yeah, man. Aside from that, I love you guys. Peace and love. Like I said, my name is Nova. You can find me on all platforms at DieResponsibly. Um, that's gonna be my YouTube channel. That's gonna be my Instagram, my Twitter, everything. So DieResponsibly. It's a movement. That's all you need to know. It's a movement, and I want more and more people to start dying responsibly and learning to live. So, peace out, guys.